expand globally, to scale up globally. Chinese investors receive access to cutting-edge technologies, a talented pool of human capital, and very good returns. Chinese companies are already opening R&D centers throughout Israel, joining hundreds of other international companies, choosing Israel as their innovation hub. And Chinese companies are also involved in dozens of strategic infrastructure projects in Israel. We discussed this at some length just now in our meeting. These projects include the construction of Israel's new ports, the Tel Aviv light rail, the residential projects, the Carmel tunnels, and more. We want all of this to continue to grow. Today we'll sign a 3-year action plan. It's a detailed roadmap to increase our innovation, our joint innovation efforts. And we will also continue our discussions to complete a free trade agreement, which I express my hope that we can complete by 2019. This will benefit everyone. We also will sign 8 joint agreements in science and technology, life sciences, innovation, digital health, and agriculture.
Hey, for the record, I personally think that China's Belt and Road Initiative is a good thing for the world.
Yes.
Yes.
This is not a bad project, not an evil project.
No.
I think the criticism should be on the West for not doing this.
Right.
But China's doing it, and other nations are involved in it. It's not a bad thing. It's going to change the world.
Yes.
But it's opening up trade routes that haven't existed for centuries. It's the old China Silk Road coming back.
Well, if we want to compare it to the U.S., think of what life was like in America before the interstate highway system.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Yes.
This is what China's trying to do for the world. Now, they have their own motives and everything. We understand that, and they're going to be making partnerships. But when we saw this particular clip here,
in Syria, you'll get 100 different answers. But if you ask them what you don't want to see in Syria, you're going to get only one answer. The same answer is, we want Iran out. The question is, how do you achieve that goal? You have to put massive pressure on Iran so it decides that the fight in Syria is not worth it to them. And we've been doing that for the last couple of years. How have we been doing that? First, there's been enormous U.S. economic pressure. And that was because of, I think, the most critical decision that President Trump has made during his presidency, which is to withdraw from the nuclear deal and restore American sanctions against Iran. This has starved an enemy that vows to destroy the Jewish state of tens of billions of dollars already, and over the course of this deal, hundreds of billions of dollars that were fueling Iran's war machine against us and against our neighbors. So the first thing is U.S. economic pressure. The second thing is Israel's military action. You know, we're very proud of the fact that we don't ask others to fight our battles for us. And Israel has hit Iranian positions in Syria well over 200 times, as our former military chief of staff said a couple of months ago. And we're going to continue to do, everyone should be very clear about that, Israel is going to do whatever we have to do to defend our state and to defend our people. And the third thing has been the U.S. presence in Syria that is actually blocking a land bridge between the Caspian Sea and the Mediterranean. And the U.S. has announced that it's going to leave some of those soldiers there that have done a fantastic job at preventing Iran from just simply rushing through this whole region with arms and weapons. But this decision that happened yesterday, I think sends a very, this week, and then I think will be formalized tomorrow, sends a very strong message. It sends a strong message to the enemies of Israel and to the people of Israel that America stands with Israel. And that's the best message to send.